We all know those people, don't we? You know, the guy at work that eats 3 donuts a day, lean as a stick. The girl who eats pasta for lunch, breakfast, and dinner and never puts an ounce on. And yet we've only got to look at a potato and we feel our belly expand and our jeans get tired. Um, Mine's Mike Dawson, the author of Quit Your Diet, Think to Shrink. Now, if you're done with diet plans, yo-yo diets, calorie counting, meal plans, then I'm going to explain to you how you can create a 14-day roadmap to quitting diets forever. I worked on a project with a group of morbidly obese people for the National Health Service in the UK. And after decades of working with people and problems using NLP, solution-focused breath therapy, I discovered something really important. Weight loss is treated completely differently to every other life issue that we face. And let me give you an example. Would you say to an alcoholic or someone struggling with alcohol, take this diary and log down all the drinks that you have every day? And before you go, I'd like to sell you some low alcohol beer, which is better for you than the Stella Artois that you've been drinking. That is how we are treating weight loss overall. It doesn't make sense to me. Let me tell you about the people I spoke to at the beginning of the video. I call them the weightless. Now, the weightless are those kinds of people. But if you notice, they're not slim. They're not super overweight. They tend to be all different weights. But the one thing they are is they are not obsessed with their weight. They are not counting calories. They're not obsessed. They're not guilty. Here's what they're doing instead, and here's what they're thinking about instead. They're thinking about hanging out with the grandkids, going fishing, the football results, the state of the lawn. These are normal, everyday things. And yet this weight solution seems to be a weight obsession with the problem. And I think that that's the opposite to everything I've done with all of these problems I've ever dealt with. Now, this video, I want to talk to you about a really powerful model called the levels of change. And when I found this model, it just changed everything for me. So in simple terms, let me explain. Imagine a pyramid with 6 levels. If you can place your weight problem on one of those levels, then you can then determine that the solution that you provide should be at the very least on the same level or above, because the solution will cascade downwards. So let me talk very briefly about the levels. Level number 1 is environment. Now that's at the bottom level. It's everything around you. It's the people you hang out with, your house and job and everything like that. And, you know, we know that that's a thing. You could be a chef at a kitchen, or as I say in my training course, you might be an ice cream taster at the ice cream factory. But either way, environment does have a powerful effect on us. Above that, we have a thing that we call behavior. And behavior is what you actually do or don't do. It's just the act of what you're doing. Above that is capabilities. Capabilities is your knowledge, what you know about a particular subject or about the particular problem. The next 3 levels I've grouped together into one. It's beliefs, identity, and purpose. And what that is, it's really you. It's what you're all about inside as a person. So when we take this pyramid, we can now say, if I can place the root of my weight problem into one of those levels, then surely acting level or above and allowing it to cascade down will be more powerful. Let's imagine a pyramid, and we'll very quickly use something not related to kind of weight problems or anything, just a messy garden. So if you've got a messy garden, the reason your garden's messy could be any number of things. It could be the environment. You just live in a neighborhood where everybody's garden is just like that. It could be the next level. It could be behavior. It could be that you just do not go and do it. Yeah, they're too lazy, or you can't be bothered, or you just don't do it. The next one is capabilities, and that is knowledge. That is, you just have no knowledge of how to tidy the garden, put nice plants in, make it feel good. The one after that is identity and purpose. You're just a person who always has a beautiful beautiful garden. And so, as you can imagine, if you are at that level, everything else falls into place. This brings us on to diet. There are various reasons why you might have this weight issue. If your issue happens to be your mindset, if it happens to be your identity, I've always been the big funny guy. I know people who say, oh, he'll eat that, if there's any cake left or something like that. It's just his personality. It's not a negative thing. But you can see our diet, which operates at level 2 and possibly level 3, is not really going to cut it, because you and your problem are up in the identity level. You are working at the wrong level. Well, guess what? The result of that is that you really feel this resistance to the diet. I just want to get through it, as if it's got to end at some point. The question then has to be, where's your level? You could have a really good think about this. Think about your childhood, your upbringing, your family. Is it really your identity to be that person who struggles with their weight? And while you're thinking that and you're looking across the room in the office, you're looking at people who are eating pasta all day long. Well, you could have a really good think about that and then think about the options that you give as solutions. The other one is I've created a really quick quiz. It's got 12 questions. And there's a link around here somewhere. 12 questions. You answer the 12 questions. You click the button, and I will email you your result. I will email you a PDF that explains how you can approach that level. And I'll also email you a link to a video that will help you with that particular level. And of course, at this point, I would probably say that most people also, regardless of whether they do the quiz or not, tend to join us on our journey by going to my website, actionfactorypublishing.com, and signing up as a site member, because everything in the members area is absolutely free. Downloads, zip files, everything to help you on this journey. If you're already starting about thinking about quitting diets forever, and instead thinking about something else, like the grandkids, like the garden, like your hobbies, like things you want to do in life, and you want to let this obsession with food go, I'm hinting towards you quitting your diet forever. But what I'm suggesting is that if you work with me and you read my book, you'll know that it's not about just quitting your diet and walking away. One, you are going to actually know when you're quitting. It is planned. And most importantly, number 2, on the day you quit your diet, you know exactly what you are going to do. It is a 14-day mindset shift. 14 days from today, when you finish the course, you go and you become one of the weightless. You then become completely free. So there's a full explanation of the pyramid. So what do you do now? Well, you could take the quiz. That would be interesting to find out what level it puts you at. You will get the free tools, and you can also sign up on the website and join us. It's all free. There's nothing to pay. And also, you might be interested in watching this next video. This next video will tell you why a group of heroin addicts actually quit heroin almost overnight just by changing their environment. And I'm going to talk to you in the next video about how powerful environment is, even though it's the bottom level of the pyramid. As you know, the algorithm loves a little thumbs up. Just takes a second to say a quick thumbs up, a subscription to the channel to join us on this journey. And any comments or questions you've got, pop them in down below and I will address them personally. That's it. I'm Michael Dawson from Quit Your Diet, Think to Shrink. We'll see you in the next video.